I'm ready.
Ready. 3, 2, 1,
go. Alright, so this is Rayman 1. You've probably seen this in all the past BSGs so far. But last BSG I actually played the PC version. The BSG before that, the Game Boy Color version. And I don't know, I felt like playing the PS1 version again for this BSG. So that's what I'm doing now. There is actually a lot of differences in all the versions. There is actually a lot of versions. There is the Atari Jaguar version, there is the Sega Saturn version, the PC version, the Game Boy Color version, the Game Boy Advance version, the Android version, and the PS1 version. I think I got them all here. And all of them have like really small differences. Oh, I missed the DSi version. And all of them have like really different, really small differences, like different cage locations, different screens, different levels, a few, different sounds, different animations. So yeah, like all the runs, they just can't be compared against each other. So that's why we have all different categories for the games. So yeah, this is Batilla. She gives us power-ups. In the start, we start without any power-ups at all. We can only jump, and now Batilla gives us the fist ability, so we can punch stuff. And we can also punch cages, which we will do 102 times in the run, because there's 102 cages, and I need to collect them all in order to unlock the final level, so that's what I'm doing now. You'll see that I only get 3 cages in this level because I'm actually not able to get any more, because getting the other ones need additional upgrades like the hanging ability and the running ability to get the other ones. So I'm gonna skip them for now and get them later on when I have the running ability. And right there, if you jump like on the last frame, you can actually jump over that hammer and save like frames. We used to actually always crawl under that. But then I found that, and now everyone uses it. Pretty crazy. So on to Anguish Lagoon, where the first boss of the game is. There's a pretty cool optimization here, where if you jump right here, and you jump as soon as you can on this platform, it will make this cycle so that you can jump on the plum and ride on the flower afterwards. So that's why I jump quickly there. And on this screen, I will only get 1 cage. 2 cages, sorry. And then on the next one, which is an auto-scroller, we'll get the other one. And all the other cages, it's actually possible in a task setting to get all of them on the first screen without the extra power-ups. But yeah, we'll get them when we have the running ability. And so this fight, you actually want to optimize it. You want to hit him as much to the middle and top as possible, because he will move up to the top and the middle. And for here, you want to hit them around here, so they move really fast to the top and middle. And again here. So right there is where you want to hit him. And then for the last hit, you just want to hit him as soon as you can, and as high as you can, because he just moves straight up, and then he falls down. He doesn't move to the middle there. And that's him. This boss is actually called Bzzzt, believe it or not. Pretty cool. And now, just because we wrecked him, he will become friends with us, and we will be able to ride him. And the next auto-scroller. You're thinking auto-scrollers can be sped up. Actually, you can do some manipulation of the camera here. By staying at the left side of the screen, at some point the screen is gonna go slower. So I wanna stay at the left side so I trigger that slowness as late as I can. And then as soon as the... See, like how the screen started moving slower? Well, now I will go to the right side because the screen is gonna go faster again right here. So I want to trigger that fastness as soon as I can. And then another time at the right until the screen moves faster, a bit more like here. And then I move back to the left to stay with this fast screen as long as I can, and then back to the right. So a lot of optimizations to save about 5 seconds actually. So it's way more than you think. And then yeah, one more little speed boost right here, and then we move to the left again, and then to the right again. Because if we would hug the right side of the screen there, we would have to wait for the screen to pass before we would be able to hit the final goal. And so we enter the next Batilla, and we will get to grabbing the hanging ability now. we will have to use it right here already. So now we can hang. And now you can actually choose between going to either Bongo Hills, which is Banland, or staying in the forest and going to the swamps. But we're gonna pick the swamps because we actually wanna get to this running ability as fast as we can. But to get there, we need to be able to hang on to rings, and you get that ability after Mosquito's Nest, which is the level after this. So you have to go to the forest first, get the hanging ability, to get the ability to be able to punch the rings and grab onto them, and then yeah, you will get you will be able to get to the running ability. Fun fact, in the PC version you actually have to do this level twice because of a cage location difference, and you cannot actually get the cage unless you're TAS. You cannot get this cage whatsoever in PC, so you have to do this level twice. But thankfully in the PS1 version the cage locations are pretty nice to use, so you can get all of them on the first go, so you only have to do it once. And yes, the PC version is a bit slower, even though you can actually skip a boss, an additional boss in this in the PC version, which you cannot skip in the PS1 version. But it's still slower because of cage location differences and you needing to do this level again as well. Alright, so try to move past the screen the fastest by doing a damage boost right here, then bringing a plum to the right because there's gonna be a cage trigger here. It's gonna spawn right there. It's faster than moving on top of here, punching the plum down, punching it to the left, and then getting the cage trigger like that. And then here you can actually do a camera optimization, but it's really hard and it loses a lot of time if you fail it, so I'm not gonna do it. Gonna go up here to trigger another cage. On the way down I'm gonna get the cage, and then on the second punch I'm gonna punch this plum already. And we actually need to jump on a flower of this plum. And this little head is actually the magician, and he does like mini games for extra lives. You need to use 10 things, and things are like the blue balls to the right top corner. The things you can collect. Every time you get 100 you get a life, and you need to use 10 of them on the magicians to be able to do the mini games. And then you have to collect some things, and then you get a life if you do it within the time limit. Obviously we're not gonna do any of them, because we do not need the lives, and it would waste way too much time. So yeah, this is the last level where we will be skipping cages. From now on, after this level, we will get all the cages on the remaining levels right away. And then as soon as we get the running ability, we will come back to the forest to get the ones we missed. Whew. Okay, that was actually ridiculously close. I'm pretty happy I didn't get hit there, because that can lose you a lot of time. Let's see if we can get Plum Skip 2.0, although I haven't failed it in forever. If I jump here and then here again, I can actually grab onto that little platform and skip the hunter part. And then there, if you jump on the plum once, you don't actually land on the water. If you don't punch, you actually land in the little water area, or it's very likely for you to land there. So yeah, if you don't land there, you can actually get all the way past those annoying antitudes on the plum, which is really fast. And then here there is actually a cool strat to be able to move past these flowers on the first cycle. Let's see if I can get it. If I jump really late here, and then as late as I can there, I can catch that flower cycle, which we did. And it saves about, in total, it saves about 5 to 7 seconds, I guess. So pretty cool. There I turned to I turned to the left to get damage boosted to the right because I knew I wasn't gonna make the jump. And then here we can actually use camera optimization as well by pointing to the left here for a second until the camera goes all the way to the right. We can actually catch this plumb cycle because we reset its cycle by turning to the left. And then we can just make the plumb cycle right away. If we wouldn't do that, we would get to the plumb, not able to jump on it. It would move all the way to the right first and then back to the left. Okay, this is... not too bad. Oh, nice. So you can actually move through the ceiling here if you jump up. And a really cool strat is getting the cage and then jumping through the ceiling at the same time, which we did. And then there is another autoscroller here, which is... we cannot speed it up. The only thing we can do here to optimize it is stay at the right side of the screen. Okay, I normally kill that guy all the time. I don't know why I didn't kill him this time. I just forgot. It's fine. We didn't die. So yeah, the only way to speed up this screen is to stay at the right side. So we'll try to do that. Also, fun fact, you can actually kill yourself if you move too fast here by hugging the screen too much. Yeah, that was really close. If I would actually jump off these vines as soon as I can, I'm actually waiting a little bit. If I jump off them as soon as I can, it actually boosts us a bit further. And it boosts you, if you're all the way to the right side of the screen, it boosts you far enough to actually die because you move too fast for the screen. And yeah, then you just instantly die, which has happened quite a lot of times to me. Dude, thank you for the host, their toast, sorry. Oh my god. Appreciate it. And then here, just like the best fight, we wanna hit him as most to the top and the middle as possible. Preferably, he doesn't make a noise at all, then you know you have like the perfect hit. Like the smaller the noise duration is, the better, pretty much. And then here we're actually not gonna hit him because it makes the cycles different later on. And we are able to skip 2 seconds, or like save 2 seconds. If we hit him now, the cycles are different now because we jumped over the previous one, and we can actually hit him twice now when he comes here. So now he stays for an additional hit. He wouldn't do that if we would actually hit him. And because he's all the way at the top now, and he would move all the way from the bottom of the screen if we would hit him the first time, it's faster to not hit him and then hit him when he's all the way at the top. That's why it saves 2 seconds. And then again, for the last hit, we will hit him as soon as we can. So as soon as he's on the screen, we will try to hit him. And yeah, we are moving to the left and the right of the screen to make him drop the fruits quicker. And then here, we're just gonna hit him as soon as we can. Because he moves straight up again and then he falls down. So yeah, that was a pretty good forest. Thanks for the good luck, man. I better get pantsless, I'll try. For anyone wondering, it's a strat which is like 53 minutes? 55 minutes into the game? Maybe a bit more. Player, thanks for the host, man. Alright, so here is Batilla giving us the grabbing rings ability. And at the same time, we're actually doing a trick called holding up. Well, it's actually called speed locking. Yeah, we basically just lock our speed by holding up and not holding a direction at all, other than up. And that actually locks our speed, so if we move faster than normal run speed and we hold up, we can actually preserve that speed and use that. Also, I need to do the backup here, which is a recoil boost, aka fizz boost. And if you stand on a slippery platform and do that, it actually gives you a nice boost. We can also use that to skip this area because you're not supposed to be able to land on that part. If you just jump there, you won't actually make it, or not with that speed at least. Call it cloud skip. So yeah, on this level, because of all the tricks we can do, we can actually get all the cages on the first go. A few years ago, we weren't actually able to do that. And about a year ago, we actually found a really quick strat for the next cage. We were actually able to use invincibility frames to get it. So we're gonna take damage on purpose, and then we get invincibility frames. And then we're gonna use those to jump through a set of spikes. So here we're gonna get damaged, and then we can jump through these spikes without much issue. And then here we're gonna jump as late as we can, and actually I have troubles with that jump just because of a CRT monitor. Like I used to play this on an HGTV a long time, and yeah, switching to CRT makes the input delay a bit lower. Also, we will be able to do this trick here because I jumped on the rocket and on the platform at the same time. We're actually able to clip through any platform like that by just holding down. Which is only usable there, which is a zip, and we'll be able to do another zip on this screen. And we also took the photographer because we're gonna get this cage, then die, and then we appear at the photographer again, which is faster than going all the way back up. So let's see if we can do the zip. Just works around the same. You just do a small little jump to the left at a certain point, and then you hold down, and then you zip all the way up. And then yeah, at the end, at the most right side of the screen, there is a cage which you are not able to get normally, but because of this speed locking thing, it's actually really easy to get it. Normally you need the helicopter ability to get it, but now we don't. Although, without the speed locking, it was also possible to get that cage, but it involved a really weird and hard tether boost to do. But now all we do is hold up and we can get to this platform really easy. A tether is basically the white little chain that connects your fist and the ring. And yeah, if you punch from further away, you will get a bigger tether, and that will give you more speed. So what we would do in the past, we would get as long as a tether as we could, then release at a certain point to get the max speed to barely be able to grab the platform. And that was called storm skip, and it was and it was pretty hard. And now we can just, like, I don't know, it shouldn't be called storm skip anymore because it's so easy now. And then here we're actually gonna jump over this because it's a bit well, it's not actually faster. It's actually faster to drop down, but dropping down without hitting the chocolate balls is pretty hard, so that's why we just jump over it because it's easier. The toss jumps down, by the way. And then another unintentional trick here is that we can use iframes once again to jump past these spiky balls. Fun fact, in the Atari Jaguar, there are no spiky balls there, so you can just jump past. Pretty funny. And in the Japanese version of the PS1 version, there is an extra spike there, a bit lower placed. So what you can do there is you can jump without having to go take the cloud. You can jump up, get damage boosted, and then you can grab the edge barely. So that saves time. But the Japanese version is not actually faster overall because it has much longer loads everywhere. It doesn't matter what PS2 version you have, the loads are really slow. I actually did a run for fun and it was a disaster. Mostly because of loads, also because I screwed up a lot, but whatever. So yeah, we're gonna get the last cage now. Also nice cage locations. We actually have to jump over the end sign here to get the final cage of this level. Also, we want to hit the cage from as much to the right as we can, because if we move too much to the left, then a hunter will spawn right at the right side And another fun fact is that in the Sega Saturn version, you are actually not able to get the cage from the far right side. So you have to move to the cage and spawn the hunter to get that cage. Although for the rest, all the cage locations are the same in the Sega Saturn version, but some of the triggers are gone. So some cages that you have to trigger here are already spawned in the Sega Saturn version. So yeah, there's literally like differences all over. Pretty cool. And then yeah, if we jump right here, we can catch that cloud slide first. We're also gonna get the P, not just for safety, but because we'll be able to do damage boosts. And we're gonna do quite a bit, so that 2 HP we had is nowhere near enough. If I grab just this P, it would just give us 3 HP. We would really want the 5 HP. And there is no other quicker P to get before we need to do the damage boost, so that's why we picked that one up. Alright, so now Allegro, which is introducing a clip. Basically, if I jump on the right time at the end of the level, I can clip through the platforms I'm standing on right now. I'll probably fail it though, because I'm pretty bad at them. Also, that was a nice jump. But we'll see. It's also the only instance you can do that. I still don't know how it works completely. Pretty cool though, how it works. Also, this next jump is total ass. Okay, we got it. If you mistime it there, you don't actually jump high enough and you have to go all the way back to the left and blah 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 blah. Also, if you time... Oh, and we didn't time it right. If you time your fist here correctly, you can actually conserve your momentum. Also, yeah. If you don't get that little jump up, you cannot actually do that. Well, you can, but it's really hard to do the clip. So basically, if I jumped on the right time there, if I got that little jump beforehand, I would have been able to skip that little section of going up to the right, back to the left, and would have skipped like 5 seconds. And then trumpets, all you have to do really is jump on the middle each time. So on the middle on here, on the middle on here, and then here you just hold X, and then here on the middle again. And that's how you get past that. Pretty easy. And then this next cage, you can actually get it without losing momentum at all. Let's see if we can get it. Okay, we got it, which is not that easy. If you jump too fast, you get hit by the notes and completely ruin your momentum. If you jump too late, you will overshoot it, you will miss the cage, and you will have to go back all the way to the right. So yeah, that was pretty good. And then here, there is a cage trigger, but we can actually get it without jumping on this little platform by doing that. Normally, like if you jump to the right, it will spawn there, but we can just trigger it without even jumping on it. He has no limbs? Yeah, exactly. The reason he has no limbs is because it was easier to animate. Also, we got the early cycle there, and we got the momentum there. If you go down and you go right, well, if you do the right inputs, you get a little momentum boost there, I guess, is what I should call it. And then here the cycles, if you're fast every time, the cycles are the same every time, so I know exactly where to jump. And then here we're gonna do a little fizz boost to get past that section a bit quicker. And then here again, if we jump late there, we can jump on that. And that is the end of this level pretty much. There we go. And then on this next section, we will be able to use invincibility frames again to skip a quite large part by just doing it here, and then actually just falling in between these nodes. Get past that. Another fizz boost here to get some more speed. And then if we time our jumps right here, we don't lose any momentum, which we did. Then we turn to the left, which makes that jump easier. And then another fizz boost to get some more speed. And then here, we will damage boost through Mr. Sax, which is actually a boss, but we'll be able to skip it because that boss is on the second screen of that level, but because all the cages are on the first screen, we are able to get all the cages, then dead abuse, and then exit, and we are able to skip the boss. Because the game doesn't check for bosses killed in order to unlock the final level. Although another fun fact is that in the Atari Jaguar version, you're actually able to skip the Scops fight, although it does actually track it, so you need to kill it in order to unlock the final level. So yeah, logic right there. Right here we're gonna try and preserve our momentum like that. That's pretty good. And then here again. So yeah, we're holding up and then we're like doing a jump punch as soon as we reach the second ring. And that gives us like, well, we conserve our speed that way. See, and this is why we wanted the 5 health points in Bongo Hills. Because as you can see, I had 2 health remaining there. And if I only had 3 health coming into Allegro, which was the last level before this, we wouldn't have been able to do all the damage boosts. And then here, you actually want to set up your health after this level to be at 1 health. But I'm gonna take it a bit of a risky-free strat here and not do that at all. Because it literally saves less than a second. And yeah, if you get damaged by the Mr. Stone here, the one that's chasing me, you actually get a nice damage boost and speed from it. And yeah, again, you can just hold down or up, down also works, to conserve the speed we get from that damage boost and get all the way past that section. And I tried to do a swag strat there, but it didn't work out, sadly. But yeah, that saves 2-3 seconds, so it's no biggie. Does look really cool though. Although we have a really cool looking one on this screen as well, so it's fine. So here, the cage is all the way to the right and it's quicker to dead abuse. So as soon as we get the cage here... Dang. Okay. We're actually gonna just go to the left here and die. Because it's quicker than just going all the way back to the left. Running there. So yeah, the pretty cool one is coming up here. We're gonna do something unintended once again, which is jumping down. And it's gonna be pretty cool. Oh, okay. Yeah. Marathon luck. Literally, that is so free. Like, I've only died there like twice ever. And yeah, it just happened again. I just didn't get enough, like, a lot of speed at all. Sometimes you just don't get the speed, I guess. Pretty sad. Oh, I have to jump here. Come on, do we get the speed now? No, we actually did not, but I actually tried to grab the ring earlier as well, but failed miserably, sadly. That sucks. Oh well. The run was pretty good unto that point, so at least we didn't fail before that. Oh god, this might make that section pretty hard. Okay, we did. Okay. And then here we're gonna actually jump over the triggers here. If we didn't jump there, the entities would fall down, so that's why we jumped there. And now they fall down. And now I have a slow fist, so I cannot actually get this cage fast. So I have to charge my fist a bit to get it. Unless you take a damage boost, but because I'm gonna take a damage boost here, I wanna take it a bit safe and have some extra health, I guess. I'm gonna be here anyway. Here I'm gonna wait like literally a split second to be able to catch this cycle. If you don't do that, you are actually not able to catch that cloud. But now we can. And yeah, pointless autoscroller here. Literally 3-second autoscroller. Nobody knows why. And here just a set of visual cues to get past this screen pretty quickly. Here we're actually gonna kill this guy, because otherwise he's gonna shoot a hammer at us, which is gonna be annoying here. And then a few damage boosts to get past this part a bit quicker. Now I have 3 HP and I could do 2 more damage boosts, and I'm gonna try it. One is really risky and only saves 1 second, but you know what? We'll just do it. Alright, we got it. Literally saves 1 second, but it looks pretty cool. So I thought that was be pretty cool to show off. And now we're get some health. We're gonna spawn a cage. Then we're gonna go up instead of get the cage. We're actually gonna get this photographer here. Then we're gonna get the cage and dead abuse again. And that's actually faster than doing it normal. Now we're gonna take some more damage on purpose to be able to kill ourselves faster. There we go. And now we disappear at the photographer again. Which makes this cycle a bit easier as well. The swinging spike. Here we're gonna take a damage boost. And hopefully we'll be able to get this part good. Okay, nice. And then the early cycle to get up that platform before the lava part. So that went pretty well. And then if we're fast, we can jump over this golem as well. And then here we're actually gonna shoot or punch our fist there, because the cage is literally gonna trigger if we jump down. But because of the fist moving towards us again, we can catch the cage on the way back. Alright, on to Mr. Stone Peaks. Fun fact that in the PC version you actually have they have a voice here. And he's like, "Hey Rayman, baby." Literally. "This helicopter power is for you." That's what he says. And yeah, we're using speed locking again by holding up and nothing else. But to get speed locking here is you actually move normal to the right, and then when you're moving fast, you want to hold up on the right frame to conserve the speed. And then here, yeah. Sometimes I don't know how that part works, but sometimes you have a really long iframes, and you can get past that part a bit quicker. I don't know, still. And then here we're gonna try and speed lock again. We failed. We failed again. It's pretty hard to set up if you want to do it quick. Let's see if we can get this cycle at least. Should be good. Oh no. Oh well, it's fine. It's fine. Decent. Alright, so probably the first time you entered this level you were like, what the hell am I supposed to do here? But yeah, you were using your helicopter to cut these ropes. Pretty cool. And yeah, if you're too slow, the water will like catch up and you will horribly die. And then just because we have a slow fist, we will be able to do a really swaggy trick here at the end to get a cage. If you have a slow fist, your fist takes longer to get back to you, and just long enough to get this cage in a really cool way. If you have a fast fist here, you are not able to do this trick. But yeah. Pretty easy, but okay. I'll take it. And then yeah, some boring auto-scrollers here, back to back. 2 of them. If you die all the way up, you start from here again. But we can start it a bit earlier by damage boosting there, and then another one at the top. You gotta watch your health here though. If you are on 1 HP here, you have to grab a backup P at the top of this auto-scroller. But we're on 3, so we're good. The HP to the left, to the right there. We can skip that. And then here again, we can just jump through the spikes. You gotta make sure to be pointing to the left though, otherwise the damage boost might not work all the time. So that's why I'm facing to the left there. And then here there is a really annoying disappearing cloud, but we can skip it completely if we just jump as late as we can. Right there. Thanks.
I'll just say that after every level now.
Now we're gonna punch this golem to make him go towards us and then almost die. So if you punch him when he's spawning the lava ball in, he actually moves towards you and you can jump over him really easy. It's really hard otherwise to jump over him. I will tell you that. And then here another recall. Oh, or not. I don't know how I like change directions all of a sudden. And here we're gonna actually suicide? No. Oh! Okay, I was trolling, but I actually did it. Oh my god, okay, that's bad. Okay, that was pretty good. That's actually really weird how that happened. Normally, if you actually jump right up, if you're standing on a slippery platform, you won't actually get the slippery physics. It only works if you're holding right or left before you jump, but I was clearly not holding any direction. And I still got the slippery physics, so that was... I probably just jinxed myself. Yeah. It's fine. Alright, so now we're gonna do it right. There we go. See how I didn't get slippery physics now? I don't know what happened there. Alright, at least we got this strat good. Like, we jumped actually over the triggers of these lava balls. Normally there would be a lava ball on each small platform, but we jumped over the triggers twice in a row by doing that fizz boost. 37:26, that's actually like a minute behind a good run. Ah, it's fine. The closer to 36 minutes entering this fight, the better. Sub 36 is unbelievably god run. So yeah. Alright, so you can actually speed up this fight quite a bit by doing some damage boosts here. We can jump into the boulders he throws at us and get an extra hit in. And we can do that quite a lot of times. Once again here. And then now we're actually gonna wait as long as we can because we have to before we hit it. Because if you hit it too fast, you actually cannot hit it. And now we have to wait a little bit as well to hit him again. And then if we wait as late as we can here, we can hit him one more time there. And see how we went from full HP to 2. And now we can actually do an additional hit here as well if we just jump on the boulder when he throws it at us. And then he's almost dead already. The damage boost hits are actually not possible in the PC version, nor in the Sega Saturn version. So I think the only version you can do these ones is in the PS1 version, if I'm not mistaken. These hits right there. And now we have a nice little victory dance by Mr. Stone. Alright, so now we get the running ability, and I actually managed to not run on this part twice in runs before, and you cannot actually make it to the end if you don't run. So yeah, pretty bad if you don't run here, because then you have to go all the way back around. You don't actually die though, you just have to make all the way back around to the left and then all the way up again. Which loses quite a lot of time, and it's a pretty silly mistake. Alright, so now Twilight Gulch. We skipped all the cages on the first run through, yeah, just because it's quicker to take them now. Although these new strats on Mr. Stone make this level pretty risky though. As you can see, I'm on 1 HP right now. And I will be on 1 HP once again soon. I will get a P, it will give me to 3 HP, and then I will do 2 damage boosts once again, which would be 2-1 before I enter this level. Now, because you can exit the level at the start, or we actually can get all the cages. Oh wait, what am I doing? I should go here. We can get all the cages, then die, and then get back to the end post. And we don't actually have to complete the level. We can just exit the level. And this jump is actually really hard for the first... if you do it the first time. Being able to grab the ring there. You will probably fail like 20 times the first time you do it. So here we're gonna take 1 more damage, and then here 1 more to get us to 1 again. So yeah, and then we get the cage like that, and then we die. Alright, so now there is actually a route change like half a year ago, and we go to Gong Heights instead of Pink Plant Woods. The reason for that is because of a strat got found, which is called speed storage. Yes, you can actually store speed you get in this game, but I will get back to that whenever I set it up, which is in the next level after this. It works really weirdly, and it's very specific. So, but we are actually able to make plum skip, which is like an old skip now that nobody does anymore. Make it really 100% consistent with this new trick. And we call it plum skip because yeah, it skips the plum skip. So pretty cool. So, alright, let's try to go to these parts fast. Okay, so if I'm fast I can run here, jump there, and catch all the good cycles here. Okay. That was good. And now there's another auto-scroller. Oh yeah, talking about auto-scrollers, on the GBA version there is actually no auto-scrollers at all in the entire game. So this screen you will just be able to run to the right constantly without having to wait on the GBA version. So that's pretty cool. Skips are the best skips. I agree. In Rayman 3 there is like a gate skip as well, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty cool. Alright, so on the last level, on the next level, we will actually get speed from a ring and then die, and we can actually use that speed later on by not doing a running jump until we have to do a specific running jump, which is of an event, and an event is anything other than a normal platform. So the flowers or the clouds above me here are events, so we can use the speed on that. Also, we got a really nice start here, and this level also introduces the other clips, which are pixel perfect and only possible in the PS1 and TSC version. It's not actually possible in the PAL version to do these clips. Basically, on any inclined part, which is a diagonal platform meeting a horizontal platform, if you time it right and you press left or right, and literally 1 frame after that you press down, you can clip down, and you can do it pretty safe proof on this level, because there is a lot of horizontal parts meeting diagonal parts right there where I'm jumping on right now. I will clip through there because you can basically just spam right and down or left and down and just hope for the best, although I've been just timing it lately. Okay, for the first time I tried it, I actually got it. Oh my god, that's pretty crazy. Okay, that was pretty good. And then this B, we can actually avoid him by doing a jump punch over him. If we don't do that, that B actually is really annoying to get past. I wasn't able to set up the speed storage in the way I wanted to, but I will be able to set it up on the rings here. So I'm gonna grab this cage, and then I'm gonna get speed from this ring here. So now we got speed, and now as long as we don't do a running jump, it also carries over the world map, believe it or not. We still have this speed stored right now, and we're gonna activate it right here on this plum at the start. So I break it by doing a running jump, but doing a normal walking jump works. So what I do is I do a walking jump on the plum, and then on the last frame I do a running jump, and I use the speed I stored, and that makes us able to grab the vine there. And then here we can actually do another clip, which I'll attempt a few times, I guess. Okay, nice. That's actually faster than that abusing. So what you would normally do is you would die, and then you would jump over the tree there and trigger that the cage. But what we can do there is just clip, and we can not only save time from skipping the dead animation, but we also save time by spawning the cage better. Okay, that was actually weird how I got damage boosted to the right there. I wanted to be damage boosted to the left, but it's okay. It's fine. Ah, dang. Alright, so one more revisit and we'll be done. And we'll be able to move to Eraser Plains. It's much faster than that abusing Glackham. If you get it within 3 tries, it's faster. Also, we skip this P on purpose because we will have to dead abuse. Oh, whoa, we got the Hunter jump as well, which is pretty hard, getting over that Hunter without taking a hit. And on console it's even faster because the loads are a bit slower than on emulator. So I think you have like 5 tries or something to get that clip before you start losing time. Alright, so getting this speed fist upgrade here is actually very important. You would think that if you grab the speed fist, you have the fastest fist in the game, but there is actually 3 stages. So after you pick up the 3rd one, you have the fastest fist there is. And it's very important because there is an unintended cage we can get if we have a stage 2 fist or better one. Although it is 50% chance, literally, that we'll be able to get it, we have to punch on an odd frame, which is literally every other frame. So if we punch on an odd frame, we will be able to get the cage. If not, we will not reach it. And that's... Getting the cage like that saves about 10-15 seconds, so it's really worth it. Even if you need like a couple tries to get it. And this is why we skipped the P, by the way, in the previous level, because we will do a dead abuse here. We will get the cage, and then we will die. Normally, you would actually lose your fist power up if you die, and we did. So that's why we actually exit the level and re-enter, because that resets our fists on the fist we had before entering this level. So now we have the stage 2 fist again, and we will move to the right and move on. And on the 3rd screen is the screen we will use this fist, so we cannot die now. And the screen is actually pretty hard, so let's hope we won't die. Also, I was able to do a 2-second skip here, but I didn't get it. If you move there as fast as you can actually get that trigger on the same cycle and still catch the pencils. But I wasn't able to do that. But it's pretty hard to do. That went pretty well. Alright, good. So now all we have to do is stay alive, but the 2nd screen is pretty easy. We also don't want to take hits because we're gonna do 2 damage boosts before we pick up a P. And since we have 3 HP, we really don't want to take an extra hit somewhere. And also, this fairy here is quite annoying to spawn sometimes. Like you can see, sometimes, I don't know what's wrong with the with the trigger. And we need it to get small. Oh, fun fact again, in the Atari version, you actually have no small Rayman. So this part is like all changed so that you don't need small Rayman to get that cage. So that's pretty cool. And then here we're gonna use speed locking again to get past that section a bit quicker. And then yeah, it's just gonna pray that we get the cage fast here on the next screen. Literally 50% chance. But this run is pretty bad overall, I guess, compared to a really good run, so we'll probably get it first try. So we're gonna jump into the wall a bit. Okay, we didn't get it first time. We're gonna jump in the wall a bit to get like a few frames closer to the cage. And that's enough to hit it. Although, yes, we have 50% chance because we need to hit it on an odd frame. And it took us 4 tries this time. Which makes sense if it's 50% chance. But it's still faster than doing it normal. And here we can actually grab this fairy again to get big here, and it's a bit faster. And we're gonna use our first damage boost here. And then another one at the next spiky area, which is a dreaded area for me. I hate this part. Okay, so it makes it much easier to use your invincibility frames there to get past that part a bit quicker. Oh, we actually timed it correct, but then yeah. Now we got all the cages, now we need to go back to get small Rayman because we cannot actually beat this level with big Rayman. On the PC version, you don't actually have to be small Rayman. I mean, you don't have to get past this part as big Rayman, that's what I mean. Because of another cage location difference. The cage that I just got there at the top on the anti-tunes is not there on the PC version. So that's why you don't have to do that part when on tall Rayman. So you can just get small Rayman and get past really easy. Alright, so as long as we don't take an extra hit here, we should be fine. Because we're gonna do and try 3 damage boosts on the final boss. Okay, nice. We're gonna do 3 damage boosts, and since we have 4 HP, we do not want to take any extra hits. And doing the last hit might soft lock us, but that only happens if you time it wrong, and we're not gonna time it wrong, right? So, we're not gonna soft lock. If I soft lock, the run is literally over though, but I won't soft lock. I just won't. Like, I have the visual cue down. It saves 8 seconds, so it's worth it. And it sets up our health amazingly because we will have to do a dead abuse in the start of the next level. Oh, the jukes. Don't soft lock? No, I don't. I won't soft lock. Come on. I don't have a backup save, but I don't need it, right? So yeah, you can actually do multiple hits by damage boosting. She will do these knives on top of the screen, and normally you're not able to hit her, but what we can do is we can just jump into her to get high enough to get an extra punch up. And before soft lock? Nah, it's not gonna happen. Sponsored by Yahoo, by the way, this fight. Now, another fun fact is that this knife here doesn't kill you in the PS1 version. It does actually hit you on the PC version and the GBA version if you crawl under it, so you have to actually jump over it. Not really. It's actually harder than PC, but I guess you were trolling. Alright, so the final hit is the softlock hit, which we will not softlock. It won't happen. So as soon as it moves off the screen, and we didn't softlock. There we go. So as soon as that knife moves off the screen, we jump up and we punch. And yeah, that won't ever fail the soft lock hit, so there we go. And yeah, now we have 1 HP, which is perfect. Because we will get the cage here to the right and then... okay, that was interesting. Okay, good. So we're gonna get the cage here like that, and then we're just gonna jump up to the left to get damaged by that thingy there. And then we can do an unintended jump right here to get up this part a bit quicker. Alright, so now we don't want to die to lose our quick fist, because we need our quick fist in Space Mama. For a pretty cool trick called Stormer Skip, which saves about 8 seconds. But I think I might actually grab an additional Speed Fist to make that a bit easier, although I don't know. So this is the level with pencils as well. Basically it was called pencilless, but because people understood it wrong, they understood it as pencilless, so that's why it's called pencilless now. Basically we are able to move past the pencil section without having to wait. That's why I called it the pencilless, and then it turned into pencilless. Pretty good. But we need to get the setup right though. Also we can move past these... wow, okay, that took us quite a while. It shouldn't normally take that long to get to squeeze in between that. And we can also punch ourselves into the wall a bit to skip this part completely. And we actually got it, nice. So we have literally only 1 second to set up the speed. And if you don't set up correctly, you have to wait for the pencils to go down. But we didn't have to do that, because we did it right. And then yeah, another weird hitbox where we just are able to avoid it completely by going inside the wall again. Alright, that was pretty good. Now another trick coming up, which is called the bouncy shits, because it's literally a lot of things that bounce and they're really shit, so that's why what the name comes from. And if you do it right, you completely avoid all those annoying bouncy platforms. If you do it wrong, you will be bounced up and it will be a disaster to get between the gaps back down. But we got it. We got it. Pretty good. So yeah, you can imagine that being really annoying, these bouncy platforms, if you don't do it right. Yo, Linky Link. What's up, man? Alright, so it's actually quicker to go back to the left there after getting the cage than it is to go, on the pencils to the right. And then here we can actually do an unintended jump there to get past that section a bit quicker. You can actually land on that platform without hanging, which is called the hangless, but didn't get that. It's quite risky to get that as well. Alright, time for Space Mama. Let's go. Pretty good music. Nice. I hate this section so much. Yeah, just because of that. Alright, so we have 4 HP, we have a fast fist, so it should be good for a Stormer skip. Also on this pretty cool trick if we can do it right. Oh, we won't be able to because I did it wrong. Now. Okay. So we punch the spiky ball on off on the way up. Then we hover, and then we have a lot of time to actually time our hit, and the fist can squeeze through and hit the cage right there. Can you ban the steamroller one? It's a troll. Alright, so let's go for a Stormer skip. Nah, ban him. Alright, let's see if we can get it. Oh, first try. Nice. So yeah, that skips about 8 seconds. Being able to use the rings and the damage boost to get the damage boosted a bit high enough to get on that sharpener. And then another instance of speed storage in this level. We will set up the speed storage at the end of this screen, and then we will use it on the part after that. It skips a little bit. 1 HP, perfect, because I'll get a P right here. Nice, thanks. Oh, he makes like 20 million accounts. He will come back, by the way. Alright, so we're gonna set up the speed storage right here. And then we're gonna use it. So we're gonna do a normal walking jump on this sharpener, and then we're gonna jump on the last frame. At least we're gonna try to get enough speed to get past that section and get this early cycle, and then do an unintended jump there. And that went pretty smoothly. So pretty happy with that. Alright, so it's really important now to not take a hit from now on, because again, we are able to do double hits, but we need to take a damage to do the first few double hits on the fight, so we want to have as much as of HP coming into it. If I take a hit though, I can take a lot of backup things at the end, at the final cage of the screen. To get a life to get full HP again, but I don't want to do that, because if I finish the fight with 1 HP left, I will have enough things to get a life immediately in the level after that. And if I get a lot of things now, I won't have that. 69, by the way, for a second. So 84, okay. 87, good. So if I finish the boss with 1 HP, I only have to take 13 things in the next level to get a life to get full HP again. Because we will most likely finish this boss with either 1 or 2 HP. So yeah, how these damage boosts work. Wait, first I need to get 4 hits in the start, and I actually already fucked that up. If I hit her quicker there, but our hitbox is really weird sometimes. Our IR8, I'm able to do 4 hits, but because I failed the first hit, I'm only able to do 3 hits, because she will go up right now. So yeah, how this works, I'm gonna get hit, then I'm gonna punch her, I'm gonna move to the right, it makes her turn around, and that animation is long enough for her iframes to run out, and you can hit her again like that. So that's pretty cool. And then here we're gonna just hit her as soon as we can, because she just moves up. And then here we're gonna stay at the left side of the screen, to make her put a hole at the left side of the screen, like there. And that will make the next double hit a bit easier. Now we're gonna chill in the left corner. Where is Rayman, guys? Where is he? Where is Rayman? There's Rayman! Where is Rayman? There he is. Oh man. Alright, so we're gonna stay here because she will drop on us. Again, we're gonna hit her. Now we're gonna miss her, dang. Okay, that's no double hit right there. Sadly. So now we have to kill the washing machine. We always thought we actually had to do as many hits as we can, but you actually have to do some timed hits. Every second long beam, you want to hit her as late as you can. So while she has the long beam in the air, you want to hit her to get the quickest hits. But we used to just spam hits on her because we thought that was the way to do it, but no. It also has an indicator, by the way, in the top right of the washing machine, if you paid attention. It had like a health frame. Alright, so now we're gonna try and do 2 double hits in a row. That's actually pretty annoying. Okay, that was... Nah, I can't set it up. Okay. Okay, we still turned her around though, so it's fine. We did it correct. Okay. Alright, we won't be able to do it now though, because we only have 1 HP. Okay. Now, if she fires 2 beams, which she didn't, if she fires 2 beams, her iframes will run out as well, by the way, so you can actually get damageless double hits. But, yeah. That's the fight. Like I said, with 1 HP, but it's fine. We only have to pick up 13 things to get a full HP again. And there's a lot of things in the start of this level. So, we'll probably get a life pretty soon. So there's a trick here in the start where you can grab that ring barely and then get all the way here on the last platform if you just get off the ring really fast. Alright, 93, 5, and full HP. Okay, whatever. I actually wanted to do a pretty cool strat there, but it didn't work out. Where I could just go all the way until this ring right here without losing too much speed, but yeah. I tend to die on displays a lot when I'm in good runs, so let's just take it easy a bit. Alright, nice. Got that. This annoying spike, okay. And then this I'm just gonna take a bit easier by doing that. Okay. Decent screen. Yeah, sometimes like if you hold right there and run, you don't get hit by the spikes. And sometimes you do. Also, running through that part is pretty hard without getting hit. I have 3 HP, I should be fine. I could take a backup life here, but it's slow, so I'm not gonna do that. 3 HP should be more than enough. Because we'll do a damage boost, which saves a few seconds here on a swinging spike. And hopefully we'll get it, obviously. No, we didn't actually get it. We have 1 more shot. No, okay, we have to do it normal. Oh well. Okay. And now we're actually gonna jump to the right to trigger a cloud. Normally we would have to jump on the cloud I just stood up for a second to spawn this cloud here, but we can just jump to the trigger. And now we'll get the last stage. You actually want to wait a bit before jumping on this cloud because of the disappearing cloud. A little bit. Hey, what the hell? The cycles are so weird. Okay. if you actually helicopter before landing on the cloud, you can actually get a high jump every time. That's why I'm helicoptering before landing on the cloud. Do not do that on Atari though, it will have the opposite effect. You will have shitty jumps. Alright, time for Ida Joe's, the only like useless screen where you don't have to do anything for 40 seconds. Fun fact, on Atari Jaguar, there is an Axis sign right here, and there is an end sign right here. So all you have to do on the screen is run here, and you do it. And yeah, on this version you have to wait 40 seconds. Don't ask me why. And yeah, on Atari Jaguar, I don't think this screen, the next screen, is actually a dark screen. Yeah, I don't think it was. On all the other versions, this screen is dark. Oh, nice. Pretty good. I did the strat wrong. Oh well. Okay. I punched too late. I should have punched right after I jumped. Alright, it's fine. We'll get a life right here. And then instantly take damage again. And then just by memorization, we can get past the screen pretty quickly. 2 HP, which is quite risky for this screen. This screen is quite annoying, but hopefully we'll get past it pretty easy. Here we're gonna wait a bit to make the next cycle a bit easier. Do not have to wait for them then. And if we're fast enough, we can catch this cycle right there. And then an intended damage boost here. And then we can just do a hover, and we did it. Alright. And there's another clip here, which I'll attempt just for fun, because it looks pretty cool. And it actually saves time if you can get it like anywhere before the 4th try. After the 4th try you will start losing time. But I'll just do it just for fun to show it off. Oh nice, I actually saved time over the normal strat there. Pretty good. So yeah, those tricks are all pixel perfect, by the way. Scops choke, yeah. Scops is the next level and has killed a lot of runs. Here we're gonna jump and hover to actually jump over annoying triggers. If you don't jump and hover there, you actually trigger 2 annoying enemies, which is really annoying to get past, so we're just gonna jump over the trigger. And then here, if you jump over the spike, you can actually get a free life, which is not in the Atari Jaguar version, but in all the other versions there is a life there, but not in the Jaguar version. Pretty weird. Alright. Yeah, casually that cage is really annoying to get as well, because if you don't do that tether boost that I did to get to the ring easier, that jump to get to the ring is actually really hard with a normal jump. So that's why we always do the tether boost there. And then the jump on the cloud afterwards, really annoying as well. I'm actually pretty happy I got that first try, because if you don't, I usually just do a tether boost for that jump as well. Yeah, we can skip that ring by just doing the speed locking there. Small time saver. No casuals allowed. And we'll get the second last cage here. And then just because the fish on the next screen has caused a lot of rage in my child years, I always kill it every run. Just to take revenge on that fish. Every run I kill it. It doesn't lose time, by the way. But I kill it every time just because that... Oh my god. I should just do it the easy way, which is just running to the right. I'll do that now. Running to the right and taking the damage boost like that. And I'll need to do another damage boost here to get past this section a bit quicker. There we go. Last cage. Now, not this fish. I will take revenge on the next one. This one right here. I will kill it for you all. There we go. He's dead. No worries. Alright, so on the next level there is a boss which takes quite a long time. You can actually skip it in the PC version because there is an exit sign in the start. In the PS1 version there is no exit sign in the start. And like I said earlier, in the Atari version there is an exit sign, but somehow the game tracks whether you have killed Scops or not, so you need to kill them nonetheless before to open the final level of the game. Now here we can do a little boosty boost there as well. Now I'm gonna take these rings slow. You can do a speed locking technique on that was on those as well, but if you time it wrong, you just fall in the water. So it's not advised to do it on those. Alright, so now we're gonna use iframes again. Basically, we're gonna hit the cage and turn to the left, get damage boosted here, and then use those iframes to get past the section a bit quicker. And then hopefully, if we're fast enough, we can get this early cycle and land on this red... Okay, good. Nice. And then hopefully the red platforms won't be a pain in the ass, because they can be. Yep. Oh my god. I hate this part. Alright, I'll just do a tether boost. And then hopefully not. Okay. Yeah, this is red platforms. There we go. Really annoying part. Those red platforms has caused a lot of run killers for me. Alright, Russian roulette. He will hit off one. Oh, okay. I shouldn't have jumped. Alright, so if he hits up the right one, it's actually the worst RNG, because we can actually run up to him and respawn this left one right here. But because he punched up the right one, we cannot actually do that. So we have to do it, well, slightly intended way, although it's not really intended. We can actually hit him when he's on the edge to make him go to the right faster. Even though that hit doesn't do any damage, he will still move to the right faster. So it makes that section a bit easier. We want to actually be pretty slow here because he jumps up really late, so... Alright. Now we just have to redirect his shots with punching at him, and then we'll be able to enter the final level of the game. And in the final level of the game, literally everything in the level is candy or eatable stuff. I will be running on chocolate, I will be standing on top of a frying pan, there will be ice cream in the background and stuff. It's pretty cool. The level design overall in this game is really awesome, to be honest. Just look at this boss, how awesome it is. And there's an Aladdin-esque type of feeling in the background as well. Alright, that's that. Time to stand on some frying pans. I guess if I'm playing alright, this will still be a sub 126, which is pretty good for a marathon run, I guess. Hopefully I did not just jinx myself. But yeah, you can actually speed up the last fight a lot by doing pixel perfect hits back to back, but I'm not good yet on CRT timing on those. Alright, so as long as we time the next jump correctly, which is this one. Okay, I think we will have enough speed. No, actually we don't. Uh-oh. Okay, thank God. That is not how I usually do it, but it worked out. Literally, that lava there is instant kill. So yeah, you have to do it all over again. And now he will spawn a dark Rayman, which does exactly the same inputs as you. So if you go slow at some part... Okay, that was close. You will die instantly as well if he hits you. Now we move to the left to trigger a cloud here. And then we can actually just go through here, skip a little section. And yeah, I'm basically running on chocolate right now. Pretty cool. And then that jump is actually pretty precise because the clouds move up and down a little bit. And if you jump and the cloud is all the way at the top part, you won't actually make that jump. So that can cause quite some stress because the dark Rayman is right behind you. So but thankfully it didn't happen. Alright, and in this next screen, Mr. Dark will invert our controls. So left is right and right is left then. As soon as this power-up hits us. So now I'm pressing left and I'm actually moving to the right. And there's also a trick here which you can do and hopefully we get... Okay, we got the first try, which is called Clown Skip. It can be quite a pain in the ass to get sometimes, but we got it. Skips about 20 seconds, I guess. I don't know completely. Alright, so now it's pretty much just... Yeah, and now he will make us run where we just have to jump. The game moves automatically for you. And now we will get a life, and then it's that time for the final fights. We actually do not have our fist power up at the moment because it's right up there. And we will get in the next phase. 123.04, 124.50. Well, sub 125 is possible in this round. That's actually alright. If we don't screw it up. This last fight takes about 1 minute and 50 seconds on average. You're doomed. Now, if we jump up, we actually can get through this section a bit faster because those Electoons bring the fist to you, but just jump up. Now, it is possible to get a quadruple hit here, but it's really hard. And getting a triple hit is already pretty good. Pretty bad, but whatever. And now you can actually stun on these by just hitting the same one over and over. Makes this part real easy. And then yeah, this is the one I meant. We have to hit him. If we hit him, there is to be exactly 60 frames in between to hit him again. And I'm pretty bad at console timing for this, so I probably won't get a double hit at all. My best ever is 2 times being able to do 5 hits in a row. 2 times it has happened. 1 time in a run actually, which was pretty damn insane. Alright, so time in the last hit, which is right now. Alright.
124.44. Pretty good.